My beautiful Scorpio rising, we have two fantastic events coming on the 18th of May and the second one on the 23rd of May. During that video, we will have a look in the house that both of those events will take place for you especially. But before we get into that, please make sure you watch the video that is linked below, because that's the one that is the introduction to this one. So there I am going through the events for the second half of May. We have another one on 25th, 26th, where Jupiter is entering Gemini, and there will be separate video for you for each of the rising signs. However, there is the video already that goes through the overall energy for those events. And the first one, as I mentioned, is 18th of May. Please make sure you write down those dates, because those dates are great to initiate something, to plan something, to really do something on those dates. And the first one is 18th of May. This is Jupiter-Sun conjunction. As you can imagine, Jupiter coming with abundance, expansion, makes everything bigger that it touches. Sun, who you really are, the essence of life, how you experience life, your goals, the essence of who you really are. So this first event is very personal, on the personal goals level. The second one is on 23rd of May, and that's the Jupiter and Venus conjunction. Again, Jupiter, we know the energy, but the Venus is coming with the love, with harmony, but also financial abundance. Venus is sometimes even called the planet of sex and business. So you can feel the energy coming. Those two dates are really, really important, and we will get into them in the house that you will have them in a second. Before that, I want to make sure that we discuss a couple of things. So when I say that we initiate something on those dates, make sure that you start something. And those dates are great for everything that is connected to the material world, because those two meetings are in Taurus sign. So again, material, financial, abundance energy. You can plan starting registering a business, launching your service, launching a web page, launching online store, starting social media, even setting up the channel, YouTube channel. Those things will hold that energy, even if you do not have the products to put already on that online store. That online store will have that birth date that holds that positive energy. That's the great time. Venus is also coming with a love, great time for connections, negotiations, agreements, contracts, promotions, asking for promotion, sending your resume, changing your resume, taking decisions in terms of your future life as well. So also, if you want to go to any networking event, that's a great time to do that. I know that it might be that all the tickets are sold out for those dates, or also your event that you want to go might not be planned on those dates. However, you can plan to buy the tickets on that date, and the tickets will hold that energy for you, even if the event is in 2 or 3 months later. That will hold that energy of these dates. Same. Jupiter is also a planet of traveling, right? So if you are planning any personal travel, anything that you dreamed of, anything that can inspire you, any kind of travel, you do not need to pack your bags and go on 18th already on that travel. You can book the hotel, buy those tickets. That's the great time to do that. And as I sometimes say, during Mercury retrograde, do not sign any agreements if you can avoid that. Do not buy any specific things, because they will hold that energy. Same is here, but here we have the positive, fantastic, supportive energy. Jupiter is coming with confidence. Jupiter is coming with that energy of support for anything you want. That's the great energy to really initiate. And yes, I have already heard that, oh, but in April we had so many events and nothing happened. Please keep in mind that, first of all, you need to take action. If you want to anything to happen in your life and you want to control that, you need to take action. So when I am saying that that's great energy to really use that, initiate something, start that online store, start that social media, start that web page, really change that resume, send that resume, call your friend to ask if he or she heard about any kind of jobs. You need to start doing that. That's the first thing, because if you just sit down on your bum, nothing will happen. Everything will happen to you, but you will not be in control of that. The second thing that I wanted to mention is you need to give some time to those planets to work for you as well, because the first cycle that I mentioned, the Jupiter and Sun conjunction, this is 1 year cycle. The second one that I mentioned is 1.5 years. So as you can imagine, that's the process. You are building something, you are initiating something to build your wealth, to make that breakthrough finally, to take that leap into your future version of yourself, to really start building that, to gather that energy. And it will not happen overnight. It is a process. But please keep in mind that you can process something until those dates and release on those dates or initiate on those dates. This will hold that energy for you and for that business of yours or personal brand of yours. That's the second thing I wanted to mention, that you need to a little bit wait for those planets to work for you. Also, it would be great if you can help those planets. Jupiter will not do anything for you if you do not take an action. It will support you, it will give you confidence, it will give you that super blow of energy to overcome the challenges if there are any. However, you still need to put effort into that. Without your action, nothing happens. In terms of April, in April we had that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction that you remember, and probably nothing happened. That conjunction was actually activated on the 8th of May. So maybe you got some kind of message already that was connected to that conjunction, but that cycle is 13-14 years. So again, this is a cycle, this is a process, it will not build itself. And now getting into the house, both events, Jupiter and Sun conjunction and Jupiter and Venus conjunction, will happen in your 7th house. 7th house is about partnership. Partnership that is like one-to-one, so with your spouse, with your business partner, any lawsuits, courts, contracts, agreements. So this is the house of that close partnership area, and therefore it is a great time for you to really initiate any kind of new projects. If you wanted to showcase any business idea, that's a great time to do that. Any plans for your business or for your personal growth as well, that's the great time to do that. Any career plans together with your partner, or any business plans together with your partner, that's great. Those are great dates to initiate it, and in general, great time, great energy around that. You might also meet a business partner, you might meet somebody, because Venus is coming with that energy of networking, of meeting people. You might go somewhere and meet somebody that will become your business partner, or maybe romantic partner as well. It doesn't need to be business, but we are talking business here, right? Your partner can come with ideas to you, and the ideas that will be fantastic, great, and will come with making more money for you in the future. Also, just keep in mind that I am giving you examples of how can it materialize. Take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't, and remember that you need to translate that into your life. I might not give you all the examples, all the probabilities that might happen. Universe is really surprising sometimes, and the ways how universe works for us are surprising sometimes. So This is something that you might take into consideration, but have a look on how it works within your life. Think about that seventh house as something that are very close partnerships, like working with your spouse, working with a business partner, any kind of lawsuits, courts. Maybe you had some kind of lawsuits, and those problems will solve themselves during that time. That's a great time to really solve those problems as well. If you want to sign any contracts, any agreements, any negotiations, great time to do that, again, for your business. If you were in any kind of toxic relationship, romantically or business wise, because there are situations like that where your business partner is actually completely toxic and you are not connecting on the level that you would like to, and you are not progressing on the level you would like to, Jupiter can help you also release that relation. So do not expect only. Jupiter works usually in a way that it actually gives you something so you can release. It is not that it disrupts initially, but might be. So sometimes I would like to make you aware that it might be that you will need to release something, you will need to close some doors to open other. And as I mentioned, Jupiter usually comes with something new to your life, so it is easier to release. For example, Jupiter comes with that fantastic person for you romantically, so it is easier for you to leave the toxic relationship that you were in. However, it is also a great time in terms of the seventh house, that is a house of that close, very close, intimate, even relationships, for the shared goals. So that's the great time to do any kind of vision boards with your partner within your marriage, or in general with your partner. It is a great time to sit down, decide on your goals, decide on your future together, shared goals in that close relation you are in. But also, not just romantically, it is also a great time to sit down with your business partner and decide on the goals and take some kind of decisions in terms of the future of your company as well. And if we are talking about the career path, if you do not want to have a business, or you are planning to get any kind of promotion, that's the great time to, those dates are great to really go to your boss, because you maximize, in general, how that energy works. You maximize the chances of success and you minimize the chances of losing. So it is a great time to really initiate those things. Go to your boss, ask for that promotion. Of course, you still need to prepare. Jupiter will not prepare for you. It will come with that positive energy, but this is something you need to prepare. If you are planning to travel to any other countries, or have any partnerships, collaborations with with other countries, that's the great time to do that, plan that trip as well. And as I mentioned, also it is a great time to even book those tickets, to book those tickets for that conference, book those flight tickets, and book the hotel. This is also a great time for the first date. If you met somebody, great time for any kind of business meetings where you will need to negotiate or you need to decide on something. Yeah, you can also use that time to network with other people, as I mentioned, not only face to face. This is about close relationships, close partnerships. So I would say that those face-to-face, those one-to-ones are more supported. However, still, the social media collaborations with influencer, with other people with on social media, if you plan to organize any kind of workshops with somebody from social media that you met in social media, that's the great time to do that. If you meet any kind of mentor or guide, or you would like to become a mentor or guide, that's a great time to do that. Any kind of marketing campaigns, consultations, attracting more clients, so launching those services, launching those products, launching those marketing campaigns, you are really maximizing the profits in terms of that. And when we talk building wealth, here for all the signs and so on. Seventh house is a great way to do that. Also remember that you probably probably have some kind of plans, so see that seventh house as something that if you plan to launch something with somebody, some kind of collaboration, partnership, that is the way to go to your growth, because you might meet somebody, some kind of guide, coach, mentor, or you will join some kind of program that will really help you to grow your business. Yeah. And with that positive note, let's end this video. If you have any questions, let me know. Hugs and kisses.